Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining, and you're welcome to the Civilized Presence. Please give us 2 minutes for Facebook to get this video visible to everyone. Give me 2 minutes, and I'm going to share this on my personal page. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Check. Check. She has a discount. So typically what would happen is... Okay, so Dr. Lokoko, it looks like there's a security on your page. I was unable to share it on your page, but I shared it on Dr. Penny's page.
Okay.
Yes, so you would have to grab it from my page and be able to put it on your page.
Why was that?
I think there's some kind of security in your setting on your page that wouldn't allow anyone to. Yes.
Okay.
So this is a credit March.
Perfect.
So
okay. So we're almost there. Welcome, everyone, and please jump in and let us know where you're joining us from. It's so good to have you all here, and we're about to get this started. So just hang on tight. There's one more. Okay. Perfect. So I can see that we have a lot of people jumping in. Dr. Branch, it's so good to have you in the house. And hello, Dee. Thank you so much for joining from Virginia. So as you get on, let us know where you're joining us from. We want to be able to appreciate you and treat you as a VIP that you are. So thank you for being here on a Saturday afternoon if you're in Eastern time zone, or morning if you're in California and some other part of the world. It's probably evening. Audience is global. So I really appreciate you all for being here on a Saturday. Thank you so much. Thank you. So for those of you who are just trying to jump in, if you are not on my personal page, I might not see you right away. So if you come into the comment box and just say a quick hello, I would be glad and excited to put it right on the screen and give you a shout out. Okay, so please do that so that I can recognize you. So welcome. This is the Civilized Presence, and the Civilized Presence is an online TV session where lives are changed, where people discover their self, their purpose, and their voice, and learn social skills to thrive in the real world. So if you would love to become a change maker, you are in the right place. So I want to say thank you again. Thank you for saying yes to the posts, to the flyer. I'm not sure where you're joining us from. If you're here on replay, welcome. And if you're here on replay, you can actually just fast forward this for the next 5 minutes. We have to do the introductions because I really appreciate all of you for being here. So thank you so much for saying yes on a Saturday to add value to yourself, to the people around you. So please do me a favor by sharing this video on your page, on your personal page, your business page, and invite some more people. It's 12 p.m. Eastern time. I hope that everyone is awake on Saturday, and so try to call them because we're sharing a message that is very important to me and to everyone, and I know that this is really going to change your life. So some of you do not know who I am. My name is Louisa Akiaso, and I am your host for today. I feel so honored that you responded to me, you responded to the flyer, to the posts. And some of you are asking, what does she do? So I'm a master civility trainer and a leadership coach and expert with the John Maxwell team. So welcome, Beth Maranga from Kenya. It's so good to have you in the house. So guys, if you're not here in real time, that's okay. If you caught us on replay, I'm going to have this video available on my page, on my business page, which is So Unique Expert. I will have it on YouTube later on in the day. So this is what we do. Normally we're here every Mondays and Fridays, and if we have a special session, then we do it on Saturdays. So I am so excited that you're part of what we are doing. So I know that it's the month of February. And we just finished the Valentine, and everyone was so excited because it kind of looks like people might not say I love you at any other month of the year, but when it gets to the month of February, they will say it to one person. And here in the civilized presence, we decided to take it a step further and really to set up a challenge whereby you should be able to embrace a love, kindness, and the golden rule as a lifestyle, a way of life. It shouldn't be something that should show up only in the month of February. So we thought that you should be able to do this every day of the month and record it. It just feels good. You know it when you have been able to add value to the life of somebody else. Your life is never going to be the same. So civility is its own reward, according to Dr. Bayer. And that's because when you do good to the next person, you also feel great yourself. So it's not just about the next person. And we need you to be able to stretch out from your comfort zone, thinking that you only have to do good to those who can return it back to you. So this is why you have to hang on with me every Mondays and Fridays, because you would learn bits and pieces on how you can begin this wonderful lifestyle of civility and the golden rule. So some of you are asking, what is civility? And today I'm going to share with you one that I've chosen. And this is from Dr. Fonny. I call him the grandfather of civility. We lost him, I think, last month, but he's still here with us in spirit. And that states that being civil means being constantly aware of others and weaving restraint, respect, and consideration into the very fabric of awareness. So, civility is a form of goodness. It is gracious goodness. It is being responsible for your actions. Just continuously easing the experience of the person next to you, paying attention to other people. Apologize earnestly if you have to. So, if you're still struggling and asking, oh, Louisa, I'm still not getting it, one thing that I want you to take away from this session is that civility is focused on positive people's treatment. So go away from this session thinking about that. Every time that you want to do something, ask yourself the hard question: if I was on the other side of the table receiving the same treatment, how would I feel? And right there, the light bulb comes on. Ta-da! And you realize that it's either you're doing great or you're doing something negative. And you would be able to adjust your behavior to be able to suit what's happening at the moment. And thank you so much, Beth Maranga from Kenya. It's so good to have you. Yes, civility is a form of goodness. So it's important that you learn how to treat others the way that you want to be treated. Now, let me get back to the flyer of the day. I'm not sure how many of you had seen the posts, but it's an interesting one for today. And I'm going to begin this session really by sharing with you one of my favorite quotes. And this is our poem. This is from William Henry Davis. And the title of this poem is Leisure. It said, "What is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. No time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep and cows. No time to see when woods we pass, where squirrels hide their nuts in grass. No time to see in broad daylight streams full of stars like skies at night. No time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet how they can dance. No time to wait till her mouth can enrich that smile her eyes began. A poor life deceased, full of care. We have no time to stand and stare." And I thought that this was the perfect poem and introduction for this session. We really have to be mindful and of other people. What is life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. If life is full of care, then this will eliminate a lot of the hatred and anger and pain in the world that we have today. But nobody's going to do it for us. Civility must begin with us. The change must begin with us, but it starts from being committed to the course. And this is why we share this every time, every Mondays and Fridays, and sometimes on Saturdays, that even though the world is talking about Valentine, and we are only sharing love with our loved ones, what happens to the rest of the world? What happens to your neighbors? What happens to people who are not connected to you, who are not related with you? And so, if you had seen my post, I said I would prefer to be called Finnish for this month of February, because in Finland it's been changed from Valentine's to the Friendship Day, where everybody is involved.
Well,
So
that's
you're
good.
not only showing love to your loved ones, but you're showing love to your neighbor, you're showing love in the community. Wouldn't it just be great that somebody is just going to walk up to you? I mean, I had an experience yesterday. I walked into a shop and I wanted to get a cup of coffee, and I'm busy asking, how much is it going to cost to get a grande? And someone says, just grab whatever you want. I'm just going to pay for it. I mean, do you know how I felt? I felt so great. You might be thinking it's just a cup of coffee, but if we could do that to everyone, do you know how many people cannot afford a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
And so if you could just step out and just offer that little sprinkle of kindness, this is going to be great. Yes, thank you so much, Beth Maranger. It says, wow, I love that version. Thank you so much. Thank you. And that's the people in Finland. And I just thought that was great, because we're talking about Valentine and buying this wonderful, great, expensive gift and a card for just this one person. And then you've never said hello to your neighbor.
Yes.
I thought we have to be able to step up. We need to change the narrative. We cannot continue to stay stuck in what doesn't work anymore. The Valentine is great, but it might not be serving us appropriately at this time where we are in the world today. We're looking at how we can change things. We're looking at how we can love one another. And so I am all about who is doing the right thing. So when I noticed that in Finland it is called the Friendship Day, I said, okay, from now on I think I'm Finnish, and I hope that they can accept me to be Finnish, because I love their own concept of embracing everyone. So welcome. I can see a lot more people jumping online. I just want you to know that I really do appreciate you. If I do not call your name, that doesn't mean that I do not care. I love you very much. Thank you so much. Cover for today. So now you are asking, who are these beautiful ladies on the screen? I'm about to introduce you to them. But first off, let me remind you of what the topic of today is. Civility respects the differently abled people. Every life is valuable. Okay? And I mean, if you are like me, please just step out for 1 second and share this video on your page. Everyone needs to learn something from this session. I am here. I am so excited. I'm pumped up to learn today, because I find that in every family, we do have someone who is differently abled, but we do not understand how to care for them. So you were in the right session. You do not have to go and pay, because if you might be calling up Dr. Lokolko or Dr. Penny later on, maybe you might have to pay a fee. So it is free today. So bringing as much people to learn about how great this special group of people are, and all of the great work that they're doing all over the world. So let me tell you a bit about why they're so special to me and why I'm bragging so much about them, because you're asking, Louisa, who are they? Okay, so I'm going to begin with Dr. Lokolko.
Good morning.
Dr. Lokolko, can you just say hello to the audience, please, before
Hello,
I introduce
everybody.
you?
It's good to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you. It's great to have you here. Thank you so much for making our time. So Dr. Lokolko is the president and founder of the Challenge Champions and Heroes. Being a challenge champion herself, Dr. Lokolko was born 2 pounds and 9 ounces, understands what it's like to be treated differently because of physical disabilities, but that has never stopped her in achieving her dreams. Dr. Lokolko now facilitates and administrates education models in over 80 countries. She is the general overseer of a ministry accreditation program that equips ministries with accreditations, ordinations, and endorses schools all over the world. She earned all three of her ministry degrees later in life. And after many times of being discouraged and told because of her height that she wouldn't be able to accomplish great things, as a professor, Dr. Lokoko has created education programs for people all over the world. She has also created different programs to work in different countries with multiple languages. She has traveled all over the United States as well as internationally to Uganda, Kenya. We see that Kenya is in the house. Just say a quick wave. Just give us a quick wave. Give us some hearts to Dr. Lokoko. Nigeria is in the house already. Dubai. She was officially inducted into the Universal Peace Federation as a peace ambassador recently. Guys, I don't know if you know what that is, but that is a big deal. And we're going to talk about that in a moment. So let me go over to you, Dr. Penny. Could you say hello to the audience before I introduce you?
Hello, everyone. Good to have you here on this Saturday morning.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. So, Dr. Penny Heffley Bauer, I hope I got that right. But if I did not, I'm going to do it again. Heffley Bauer is
correct.
the Vice President of Communication and Development of the Challenge Champions and Heroes. So that means that they work together. Dr. Penny's passion is to bring honor to those who have physical and mental disabilities and to recognize and honor the caregivers. The challenges and experience of growing up with a sister that had a brain damage due to excess radiation opened the door to Dr. Penny's passion of wanting to help those who can't help themselves, love those who are hurting, and bring them honor. So Dr. Penny has had the opportunity of working as a para-educator with high school special education students ages 18 to 21 for almost 19 years, where her main focus was to train them on how to survive in the real world after they graduated or not. And in 1999, Dr. Penny and her husband founded the Victor Valley Rescue Mission, which is a Christian-based program that has several homes for men who want to get clean and sober and who will commit to a 90-day transition program. If you have a lot, give a lot. If you have a little, give a little. You have seen how much these two ladies have given out all that they have to be able to empower and encourage and build this special group of people. So I want to say a quick welcome again and hello, Leela from Trinidad and Tobago. It's so good to have you in the house. We also have Louis, the coach Louis. I saw him a minute ago and he's here from Kenya. We have Mimi is right here from Nigeria. We have Chikwebe is here, I believe from Nigeria, but correct me if it's not. We have Alisa. It's good to have you, my sister. And so just jump in to the comment box and say a quick hello and just give some love to Dr. Lokoko and Dr. Penny this morning or this afternoon. We're about to share something that is really great. So over to you, Dr. Lokoko and Dr. Penny. What does civility mean to you both? Over to you.
Well, thank you, Louisa. Civility to me means living out the golden rule, like you were saying earlier. It's very important that we treat others the way that we want to be treated. And doing that, saying a kind word, being nice to each other. That's the important thing.
Yeah,
So
and
what about you?
I think that being civil to me means to treat others, to look out for others, not just yourself, but how would I want to be treated? And you were talking about Valentine's Day, and I think that all year we need to love, encourage, step up, and open the door for somebody, smile at someone, shake their hand, touch their shoulder, and say, we care all year long.
Being compassionate to one another on a daily basis.
Absolutely. This is powerful. And for some of you who have been hanging on with me every Mondays and Fridays, you will agree that this is our main focus here, really to help restore civility in our society. And we teach you from the simplest of forms
Right.
because we want everyone to be able to step out of the session and learn some bits and bytes to be able to use as soon as they step out. We are more concerned about the practicality because the concept could be so great, but if you do not understand it, and if you do not think that you can do it, and if you do not stay committed to it, then we have failed. And so Dr. Penny has brought it down into the simplest form, even to say please and thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, sharing a compliment, smiling at someone, even stop at them and just say, how are you doing? I find that sometimes people say, how are you doing in the passing? They're really walking away and they're saying, how are you doing? And that's not civility. Civility is pause for a moment and listen to what they have to say.
Right.
Because we are all going through something. And sometimes a lot of people say, Louisa, I was in a hurry. No, that's not an excuse. We are all going through something. It's not going to take you a minute or a second out of your time. If you could just stop by and just say, hello, how are you today?
Mm-hmm.
And I know sometimes you might say hello and nobody responds to you. That happens to me all the time. But keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Right.
The more that you do it, the more you pass on the message that this is the new norm. Okay, so step away from what you've been doing and join me in saying hello and good morning. And over time, these people learn how to do so.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that definition.
As human beings, we also have that need within us. Everybody wants to be acknowledged. Everybody wants to be loved.
Mhm.
So, it's another reason to step out and be the first and be that example.
Thank you so much. That is great. And this leads us to the next question. You have done such great work all over the world. I am so excited, and I cannot even wait for you to share all of the wonderful things that you're doing on a daily basis, really focusing on the differently abled people. Now, can you tell us about how you got this journey started? I mean, what's the story behind this? How did you get started with this? Over to you both.
Well, it's always been a passion in my heart to help others because I know what it's like to be treated differently because I'm vertically challenged. So, that's always been my passion. And I also have a sister that had cerebral palsy that passed away when she was 3 years old. So within me, I've always wondered how my life would be different if I had a sister that I had to take care of on a daily basis and what that would be like, how my life would have been different.
And that kind of runs right into my story where I did have a younger sister that was had an infection on her face and they had to stop the infection with radiation, and that damaged her brain. So she's actually a 66-year-old woman with a 7-year-old brain.
Wow.
And growing up with her was instilled in me the patience, the incredible time and energy that it takes watching my mother and father take care of my younger sister. I didn't even think about it. I just saw it every day. And that was a part of my growing up. And so that's one thing that Dr. Robin and I have in common is our two sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is such a powerful story.
Yeah.
And thank you for actually stepping up to do that. Because I find that sometimes when we have a challenge, the ability to be able to persist and move forward and use that challenge to help other people is something that is lacking in a lot of us. And I have seen that skill in both of you. And thank you so much. That inspires me to be able to do more.
Right.
Not just sit with the problem, but be able to find a solution and be able to use what you've learned to help other people.
Yeah.
So I think this is great. So this is going to take me on to the next question. So can you tell us more about your organization, the goals and the mission and what you do? Over to you both.
Okay. Well, our vision with Challenge Champions and Heroes is to bring honor and recognition to the differently abled people of the world. And we do that through the culture of honor, presenting the Golden Rule Awards and also our Challenge Champion Awards. We believe that every life is valuable and that every life has a gift within them. So what we do with Challenge Champions and Heroes in our honor system is we bring to light these great things that these disabled people or these differently abled people, which we want to rename that, and not say disabled or handicapped. We want to say the differently abled. So we bring to light the good things that they are able to do and are doing every day in their lives.
You know, I think of the word when we say disabled. Well, you know, God didn't make any junk.
No.
And every life is valuable. And so they're able to do something differently. See? And I know with my sister, you know, if she can't do it physically, she does it with her words, you know. And so they are able to do something and make a difference in this life.
Yeah, we have brought to light some great people already. I mean, a blind man that has climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. We have a rapper that has no jaw, no airway, no voice box, but able to bring his music out to everyone. So these people are doing incredible things that even the able-bodied person wouldn't even attempt to do.
Another one is we have a young man in his early 20s that is wheelchair bound from his youth, and a professional basketball wheelchair player, and he's going to be in the Special Olympics.
He's already a champion.
Yeah.
Special Olympics champion winner.
Yeah, wheelchair.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
This is powerful.
what I want to bring out to them, you know, to the world, that these people have things in their body. They have the drive,
That's true.
to keep going, and the passion. And that's what we have, the drive and the passion to help these people. It's in our heart, it's in our blood.
Yeah.
And we just want to do whatever we can to help.
We want to break the stigma that the differently able can't do anything, or people fear them, or don't understand and look at them differently. We want to bring that to light and say, hey, you know, they're people too. You know, they have hearts and feelings, and
Exactly.
you know, we just want to love them and bring the goodness to light.
Wow, this is amazing, and I want to say that I just love the passion in you both, and the work that you're doing. This is incredible. I am inspired. And guys, if you are on the session, listen, give us some hearts, because what the heart means is I love what you're doing, Dr. Loco. I love what you're doing, Dr. Painting. You are amazing, and that's why we love the heart. We need you to just kind of pump us up. We love the hearts. We love the thumbs up. Put it on your page and invite as much people as you can to be part of this session. And this is kind of taking me to the next question. And hello, sister Kiki. It's so good to have you here from Nigeria. It's so good to have you here. I'm excited that you're here. Thank you. Even though I don't know what part of the world that you're in right now, but welcome. It's good to have you. Okay. So I have another question for you. Now, what is the scope and the outreach of your organization? Is it just targeted to Americans alone, or is it for a global reach? Because, you know, I am of African descent, and we're still struggling in the area of taking care of differently abled people. We do have some resources, but it's not adequate, and it's so expensive. Not everyone can afford it.
Yeah.
And so, with the work that you're doing, it will be great to see how much people you can take on. So, over to you. Is this targeted just to Americans and North America, or is it global reach? Over to you.
No, not at all. We are worldwide. We're global. Everybody is welcome. Um, we would like to reach the whole entire world with our message, of course. Uh,
We understand that third world countries especially
yeah,
are less fortunate than us in America, and we especially want to touch their lives and their with resources and things that we can, deliver to help make the differently abled more comfortable and enjoy life better.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. And if you're watching or you join us on a replay, and let us know what country you're joining us from. If you know about organization groups of people who are working with the differently abled, or some of them who have never been taken care of, let us know about these people.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a global organization, and I read about Dr. Lokoko and how she's been well traveled and doing a lot of work in different countries. So she's happy if they have to come to your country, if you want to come here, whatever. But connect with us. And I'm going to tell you in a moment how you can reach out to them because they're both on social media and you can reach out to them. Okay, I'm not going to charge you consultation fee. So, yes, you can reach out. Thank you so much, sister. Thank you. And hello, Cassie. It's good to have you in the house. Thank you. And I can see a lot more people jumping on. If I did not call your name, it's because you're not on my personal page, but I want you to know that I really appreciate you. So, all of the differently abled people that are around you, please reach out to them because some of them do not have access to social media. Some of them do not have access to watch my video to know that there's help available. Okay. And so I need you to be able to reach out to us. Let us know what is happening in your country. And you are an ambassador in your country, okay? You don't need to be ordained. Just take it up. You are the change maker in your country. Wake up and do it. Walk into the organization or any organization there who's working with differently abled people into the community. Look out for them. Ask them questions. How are you feeding? Do you have a home? Do you have clothing? Okay, I have a comment from Nigeria. We're struggling with utilities in Niger Delta, Nigeria. Please, sister, could you send me an email with that or send us a message because we would love to learn more about these people. It's very important. I always say that, I don't even know why the society will tag anyone as disabled. Like, who are you to tag anyone?
Right. In a lot of countries, they're not even recognized as humans. They're put off into the corner and don't want to be dealt with at all. So we want to break that stigma.
Yeah. Well, we just came back from Guyana, Georgetown, Guyana, a couple weeks ago, and we were able to help a special needs learning center, some students there, and just when we first went in, they were all kind of shy and just not sure who we were because we're white, they're black. By the time we left that afternoon, we were doing Simon Says and things, and I would make a motion and then they would make a motion, and we were laughing and stuff, and it just touched our hearts to be able to just get a smile from them,
Absolutely.
Sometimes that's all they need to see is just that somebody cares.
Somebody cares.
Somebody is there. Somebody loves them.
Yeah.
That's right. And something that bothers me so much is when you go into, you are maybe in an event, and there's just one seat, and people are struggling with the differently abled people to take the seats.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, are you serious? Like,
Yeah.
you should be standing and they should be sitting. But I'm going to excuse our society and just believe that, you know, we need to learn more. And this is why we're here every Mondays and Fridays. And if you do not have enough knowledge about what to do, how to do, that's why you should be hanging on with me. You're going to learn tips and how to go about this. I understand that, some of our programming was done differently from when we were growing up. And so we just thought, this group of people are good for nothing. But times have changed. They are the most intelligent people ever.
Exactly.
And I'm going to use this opportunity to say thank you to Walmart. Walmart is doing a lot to be able to embrace the differently abled people and offer employment opportunities to them. And guys, Walmart is not paying me, but when I see good work, I'm going to say it. Walmart is amazing. They're doing that. And, because if you take them away from the system, you're going to get them depressed. And that's when you're going to hear about suicide and depression and hatred and pain. But if we love them and embrace them, it's just going to make things a lot easier. And so we had a comment from the audience. Sister Kiki says, autism is really misunderstood here. I believe you. Absolutely. I believe you. And so please reach out to us and let's know how we can be part of what is happening there and be able to create an awareness. This is all about creating an awareness all over the world and just getting people to see that it's not so difficult to love one another. Guys, it's not so difficult to lend out a helping hand. It's not that difficult. Trust me, it's not that difficult. It's just being able to step out of yourself and stop being, selfish. We are most comfortable just being selfish. It's all about me, me, me. But we are encouraging you to step away from meanness to we-ness. Embrace everyone.
That's good.
Okay, so move from me to we.
I would like to give a shout out also to the caregivers. Those are the heroes in our challenge champions and heroes. Those people that day in and day out give their lives to helping others. So that's a very important part of our initiative, is giving honor to the caregivers also.
Thank you so much, caregivers. We love you. And you are doing an amazing work. Thank you for just giving your heart and all that you have to make these people feel blessed and loved and welcome. And welcome, Dr. Glendon Brother. It's good to have you in the house. It's so good to have you here. Okay, so this takes us to the next question, Dr. Lococo, because I know that the work that you're doing is a lot of work. It requires a lot of resources, whether it's monetary or time or people to work with you. Now, how can people help and support the cause or the vision of this program? And, what are the challenges of your organization? How can people be part of what you're doing? Over to you.
The best way to support would probably be hit us on our website. They can donate through my PayPal account if they would like to. We would do it as a sponsorship. They could sponsor one of our events or sponsor bringing items into different schools. Like we donate basketball sometimes. We connect schools with other organizations. So they can partner with us in supporting those different things that we do.
Great. Now, I have a question that I find that is a need, especially in countries or nations like Africa, or continents like Africa, in terms of the the seats that helps them in moving around. Those things are very expensive.
Wheelchairs,
The wheelchairs are very expensive. Very expensive.
We have people that do that, wheelchair ministries. So what we do in part is connect different organizations also. So if you have a wheelchair ministry and you want to donate, we have a group of people in Nigeria that need wheelchairs. We can put those two together.
Okay, Great, great. So, guys, you see, you're in the right place
Yeah.
because I find that wheelchair is a big problem. You know,
Mhm.
you find in some countries they can afford it, and people are trying to help them to move around, and that's the most difficult thing,
Yeah.
transporting them from one place to the other. Some
Right.
families, I'm sorry to say, some families have even left them abandoned in a room
Yeah.
and just not even bother about taking them anywhere. Yes, guys, I'm going to be crude this morning, and I have to be honest.
Well,
I've
yes.
seen this happening.
Yep.
I've
Well,
seen this happening.
yes, yes. In
Diana.
in Guyana, they don't want anything to do with their children if they're handicapped,
Right.
and they really just they bring them to this learning center for like a babysitter, and they don't come and when they're supposed to pick them up. Then the teacher has to bring them to her house until the parents come and get them. And they don't want anything to do with them because they're embarrassed or disgraced because they're handicapped.
That is true.
And
That
then
is
in
true.
countries, there isn't the ability to even roll a wheelchair. There's no
That's right.
ramps. There's no, it's just the conditions. You're not able to have all the accessibility that the handicapped need, doorways and all those things.
Yeah.
So eventually on down the line, that would be something that we would try to tackle also.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot more to it. Yeah.
Absolutely. There is a lot more because, sometimes you visit families who have a child or two that is differently abled, and they lock them up in the room. And they introduce the other part of the family. It kind of reminds me in the Bible of the story of David and his siblings. And they
Right.
introduce every other person, and you literally have to remind them, what about so and so? That, oh, she is over there. And
Right.
that is sad because
Yeah.
no one is gonna feel happy if you just lock them up.
Right.
It's going to get them frustrated. It's going to get them depressed, and all of the bad things begin to happen. And so, guys, if this is something that you've been doing, you have learned that you should be behaving differently. If you find a neighbor who is doing that, please report them to us.
Yeah.
You wanted to say something, Dr. Lococo? Over to you.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, okay, great.
I have
Great.
one more thing. In Burundi, they young girls get pregnant all the time,
Yes.
and they're still girls. They end up having the babies, and they put them on the side of the road. They just lay them there, and Dr. Rivers said that many of them pass away, but sometimes people will see a baby laying there, pick it up and take it home and nurture and feed it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's hard to imagine that somebody could just do that, but it happens all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I have another question for you, ladies. What kind of challenges are your organization facing, especially with the society? And I'm going to give you an example. I had an aunt who was a philanthropist, and she was working with motherless babies. And it was so difficult to work with the society. It was so difficult. I mean, people would just, like you said, just walk by,
Yeah.
maybe lying on the street, and they just walk by, and that was normal.
Yeah.
So what kind of challenges are you facing, or concerns regarding our society, and what seems to be lacking? What kind of message would you give to them that is going to make your work a lot easier? Over to you.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, basically, that is the issue, is that people don't want to recognize the disabled. So again, that's what our whole object of doing is, bringing recognition and honor to people. So through the honor system, we bring to light that people are treated differently. So that's our main goal, is to bring that awareness.
Thank you so much. Dr. Penny, would you have something? Do you want to add?
Just that we have to, even though somebody doesn't look normal in some way,
Right.
they still have a heart and a soul and a mind.
Mm-hmm.
And put yourself in their shoes. How would you want to be treated? They have feelings and they want so much to be able to release, and be normal. They want to be normal, but they were born that way or whatever. So we need to treat them with as much dignity, respect,
Yes.
and as we would anybody else, no matter what they look like.
Mm. Now, I have one more question for you. So, how do you connect with these people? Can anyone just walk into your organization? Can anyone just reach out to you? So if I noticed that my neighbor wasn't getting the right treatment, can I just call you? Even if I was in another country and I stumbled on this video, can I just reach out to you, over to you?
Yeah, that would be great. We would love that. And we will do whatever we can to help out. Most definitely.
Again, through our website, or is there another way?
My Challenge Champions and Heroes email, which is robin.challengechampions@gmail.com. You can throw me an email with your questions or concerns, and we'll get back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So guys, if you're just joining us for the very first time, this is the Civilized Presence. Usually we're here every Mondays and Fridays, and some special sessions like this one, we're here on Saturdays. And I am so excited. It's the month of February. We're all talking about love, guys. You should be ready to love and support these people. And when we talk about support, everyone is thinking about money. What about giving your time? Can you reach out to Dr. Lococo and say, Dr. Lococo, when are you in my country? I want to be part of what you're doing. I want to be able to bring you to our country to work with us. Would you need somebody in Virginia? Would you need some help virtually? I'm sure that she needs all kinds of support.
We'd love to connect with everybody.
Absolutely. Together we can make the work easier for them. They're already doing all this awareness. And thank you so much, Sis, for putting up this email. Thank you so much. That is the email address for Dr. Lococo. Please send her an email. Right there, send her an email. If you want to be able to, somebody else is watching from Kenya. I caught you. Isaac. It's good to have you here. Look at that. Good. You are not too late to the party because you can have access to the replay. Have Ahmed Gad. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, all of you. Esther is here. I have Izzy. I can see Canada in the house. Thank you so much. I can see London, UK. Thank you, all of you, for being here. And we are just having a conversation and just having fun with this, guys. It can't be that serious. Let's have fun with it. Reach out. I want to encourage you, beginning from today. Beginning from today, step out of your comfort zone. When you go to the grocery store and you see someone who is differently able, just stop by and say hello. Even smile to them. Don't try to push them over. Okay, we shouldn't be so much in a hurry. Just try and say hello to them and find out how they're doing. I'm sure a lot of times they're looking for someone to start up a conversation, and the world is just walking on by. So do something different. Dr. Lococo said, be the example that you want to see in the world.
Yes.
Do not expect it from other people. It has to begin with you. Now, if you're joining us from other countries, of course, you have differently abled people in your country. What are you doing to support them? Is there an organization that's doing this? Is there an awareness program? Would you love to work with us? Of course, Dr. Robin Lococo would love to have ambassadors everywhere.
Yes, I would.
Everywhere in the world. Dr. Penny will be excited to meet you. So send us an email at robin.challengechampions@gmail.com. You can also shoot me an email. It's Louisa at the civilityacademy.com. Send me an inbox if you don't want to struggle with email, just send me an inbox and we will be happy to connect with you. Let us know how we can work together. Let us know what's happening in your country. Let us know how all these wonderful people are treated right or treated wrong. We can begin from somewhere. If it's
Yeah.
been done wrongly, we're ready to move things from meanness to weeness. So don't forget that. We're going from meanness to weeness. Stop thinking about me, and step out and think about we. And, I have a special question for you. Who did you buy that gift for on Valentine's Day?
Oh,
Did you reach out to someone who was differently abled?
oh, yeah.
You did not. It's not too late. Valentine continues to the end of the month. Have you tried to ask them, can I get you a cup of coffee? Can I get you a bottle of water?
Yes.
It doesn't have to be a lot. It's the thought that counts.
Absolutely.
Please, if there's somebody around you, even if you cannot find anybody in your street, go to the grocery store. You're always going to find someone in the grocery store.
And I believe everybody is affected in some way by a disabled person, whether it be autism, Down syndrome. There's so many different things out there that everyone is affected somehow in their family.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So please just step out today and just say hello. Try to grab a cup of coffee for them. If you're in Virginia, they're probably feeling cold.
Mm-hmm.
Give them a bottle of water.
Mhm.
Find out where they live. If they're young, ask them, are you in school? What did you learn yesterday? Start up a conversation with them.
Yeah.
I know you've never done it before, but this is why we're here today.
Yeah.
To encourage you that we can begin today to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
When you wake up every morning, ask yourself, what am I doing today to make the world a better place? If I didn't do anything great yesterday, I can start up by doing something today. So I'm going to encourage all of you. And I want to say a big thank you to all of you who have been here for this session. If you're joining us on replay, I want to say a big thank you to you. Continue to share this video. Continue to invite a lot more people. We want to be able to work with you. Now, the month of February, we've been bringing in great leaders who are giving back, because the theme of the month was civility and philanthropy. Now, if you think that you're doing an amazing work and Louisa doesn't know about you, shoot me an email. I want to be able to bring you on the show at louisa@thecivilityacademy.com. Let us know the great work that you're doing. If there's somebody around you who's doing some great work, let me know about them. Let me learn about them. Send me their website. We want to be able to bring everyone to the show who is doing something great, because this will inspire other people. If I just showed up here and taught you a lesson on giving back, it might not be as impactful as you seeing people who are actually doing it.
Yeah.
And this is why I have brought Dr. Lokoko and Dr. Penny to show you how easy it is, but very important to add value to the life of other people. They've shared their examples, they've shared their story, they've shared their mission and vision, they've shared with you how you can be part of what they're doing, they've shared with you their heart and their soul and their passion. It is just for you to carry on from where this stopped. Let us make the work easy for them. I want to be able to bring back Dr. Lokoko another time. And she says, Louisa, somebody reached out to me. I was able to visit this country and that country. And Dr. Penny said, Louisa, you know what? I just got back from another country because of the session. So reach back to them. They're right here on social media. You can add them on. And it is Robin Lokoko on social media. And I have Penny.
Robin Mosier Lokoko on Facebook.
On Facebook, yes, on Facebook. And you are on Instagram as well. So you can connect with them on Instagram as well. And you can also connect with Dr. Penny, and she's Penny Heffley Bauer, and she's right here on Facebook. And so, yes, everyone says, bring them back again. I will very soon.
Our website is Challenge Champions and Heroes with, it's spelled HEROS without the E, .com. So you can reach out to us there also.
Yes. And if you have someone who is differently abled, who is doing some amazing work, who has to be honored and recognized, send us an email. We want to reach out to them and make them feel loved and appreciated. And that's what the vision of this organization is all about. So, guys, I want to say a big thank you to you. I hate to let you go, but I have to. Because I have to be civil so that I can bring them back another time.
Okay.
By respecting their time, it has been a great time learning from you, Dr. Lokoko and Dr. Penny. I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for using your gifts to empower and bless the world. Thank you for teaching us the how to work with differently abled people. Thank you. Thank you for just making out the path, showing us the way.
It's our pleasure.
We loved it.
Yeah.
We loved it.
This is what we love to do.
You get that email. I have a question. Email and social media. Yes, sister, please send them an invitation on Facebook and you can begin a conversation. And you can send an email to them as well. That would be great. If you didn't get any of that, you can send me a message and I'm going to be so happy to pass it on to Dr. Lokoko and get the conversation started. So I am so excited that all of you made out time to be here with me. So have yourself a wonderful Saturday and do not forget to step out of your comfort zone to touch the life of someone who's differently able. Show them some love, a smile, say hello to them, say welcome, thank you, appreciate them. Start up a conversation, share a cup of coffee, a bottle of water, whatever that you can. Send an email to Dr. Lokoko and learn how you can be part of the
smile
movement.
will set their day.
Absolutely. Learn how you can be part of this movement. It is a global movement, and we are going to different countries. She just got back, and both of them just got back from Guyana. Learn how you can be part of what they're doing. So you have yourself a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much.
And Louisa, thank you for your time also.
Thank you. We love you.
Love you too. Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.